The fact that I'm sitting up right now is wild. This morning at like 8:30 a.m., I had an ovarian cyst burst, rupture, whatever you want to call it, and I was like bawling. This happened to me once before, about like 6 years ago, and I couldn't stand or walk for like 3 days. Um, they couldn't even touch my stomach then. It was a large one that burst. So right when it happened, I knew immediately what it was, and I like couldn't move. I like dragged myself to my bathroom and I'm like crying on the ground. I like drew a bath, but I couldn't even sit in the bath. It was bad. I started acting like a flu, like throw up, all that kind of stuff. If you've had your ovarian cyst burst before, you know how painful it is. I've torn my shoulder 4 times. Pain doesn't even like, it's not even close to this. I've gotten bone bruises, concussions, all this stuff. Nothing compares to an ovarian cyst bursting. So I'm laying there knowing that, like, oh my gosh, for the next 3 days, like, my only experience of this before is I just was immobilized. I couldn't move. And so I was like, great, like, this is exactly what I need right now. And as I'm laying on the ground, I'm like, no, 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 Cassie, we're not going to start speaking death over ourselves just because of our past experience. So I called my mom immediately. She was on the way to work, and she started praying over me. And as she's praying, I could cry. The pain just started to subside. And then I text two of my friends that are prayer warriors, and I'm like, can you just, like, promise me to pray for me for like the next 30 minutes? And the pain just kept subsiding and subsiding. And there's pressure right now. Sorry, I'm like emotional because if you've had this experience before, you know how painful it is. But I'm emotional because he's Jehovah Rapha. Like, like Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins, and there is so much healing in eternity that we have, but there is healing that he intercedes for too at the right hand of the Father for us now too. And every time I experience the Lord just immediately answering prayers in my life, I am just overwhelmed with how much he loves me. Like, so much how much he loves me. Like, it's insane. And it reminds me of that psalm that over and over again just declares what the Lord does, and then it says it's his eternal love. I can't remember which psalm it is, but over and over again it says his eternal love, his eternal love, his eternal love. And I will, I guess, put it in the description once I find it. But I was like meditating on that as I was laying there. My mom was praying over me. I was just like, his eternal love, his eternal love. And I'm sitting up, I'm walking around. Like I said, I have light pressure, and I'm still nauseous, but not at all to the level of the first time that, an ovarian cyst burst for me. I couldn't walk for like 3 days. And at that point of my life, because this was like 6-7 years ago, I didn't think of going to prayer. Sure, like, I think a whole day later, I texted my mom and told her what I was doing because I went to the ER and said, hey, this is what's going on. And she was like, okay, I'll start praying for you. But this was my first and immediate response, was to not listen to the enemy, to not listen to what my body was telling me or my past experience, but to go right to prayer warriors and